Alright guys, this is Jerry. This is our first episode of trying to test robots around the world to see what is the latest technology. First one, I think you guys might have heard of this. This is from Booster Robotics, their latest K1. I think I might be one of the first customers, that is not just for testing, but for general usage to receive their package, to see their latest K1. So I'm ready. Shall we start? Let's start by opening the whole package here. Let's just cut it. The first one, this is pretty heavy. And in general, this is pretty lightweight. Like you can technically just carry this on board. You can, make it as a checked-in luggage. And just be careful with the battery, because different country and different airline company has different, policy towards this. And yeah, I'm super excited because this is one of their first, this is, I think, only 94 centimeters. And this is one of the small scale, but also with 20 plus DOFs, and you can perform a lot of tasks just with this. And yeah, this is fresh from their factory in Beijing. Yeah, let's just start. Yeah, this is the first, and then we cut through the tape. Ooh, there's some protective cases here. Let's just remove them. 3. I think this is just in case they're in the transportation, to protect them. Yeah, let's continue. Yeah, this is the first layer. The layer itself is pretty heavy. And wait a second. Let me have a third angle. Yeah, let's continue. And yeah, this is the first package, and then we have the second one. Whoa, I think, yeah, remove them. And then you can see the black box inside. It's hard to show you. There's a big black box. And then we just cut through them again using our scissors. Yeah. And then we get rid of this protective stuff. Oh, and here we are. I think this box is, I think they should have a box where we can just travel with that. And then this is the first thing. I think this is, let's open this. Oh, this is their stand. Oh, it's funny. This is a booster chair where you go camping. This is a funny chair for you to be with. And then, wow, look at this. I can just maybe show you guys. Do you see this? This is how small this can be within a box and within a capacity of one single human to just move it around. And let's continue. Just remove this. Yeah, by the way, I think the team is also pretty young. They're only in the game for like 3-4 years. And, when I was chatting with their, founding team, the things I got to know was the whole company develops the whole product as if it is a software product. The founder, his first company was an app that basically does calendar, and then they got acquired by ByteDance, which is the parent company of TikTok. And but when he was in Tsinghua, the best university in China, he was doing a lot of robotics competition, and he had the whole team that he plays the game with. So he has this DNA of doing hardware. So when his company got acquired by ByteDance, I think obviously he learned a lot while he was at ByteDance, because ByteDance is a company that is known to be an app factory. That produces a lot of app, as you might know, like TikTok, Lark, and many others. So he, and his team gets a lot of experience dealing with, this kind of high-speed product iteration. So, a few years ago, they started to enter the game of humanoid, and then they basically carry on this speed from software development into hardware development. And that's why they have very quick iteration. That's why they're super fast when it comes to responding to clients or customers' demand. And yeah, the first one is T1. Many of you might have seen already. And the second one is this K1. Let's see if I can do this on my own to bring it out. Wow. Oh wow, man. This is around 20 kilograms. His hands get stuck there. Maybe it's my problem. Let's just remove the hands as well. Yeah, this baby is out. Oh, this little toddler. Well, maybe bigger than a toddler. Let me just move it there. Yeah, look at this. This is our little baby. And just give me 1 second. Let's lie it on the ground. Okay. Let me use my app to do some recordings as well. Yeah, so we just unpacked the first thing. And let me just clean up the space a little bit. And yeah, this is second part. You know, let's just unwrap. Yeah, it says, make sure this is, you know, sealed well. Yeah. Yeah, and let's continue. Yeah. We have just figured out the first part, and then let's continue with the second. And by the way, they also has a, you know, this where you can just control it. And before that, let's just finish. And it says, you know, if it says, you know, if you're seeing the word void, it means it has been opened. But for now, this is pretty fresh from the factory. And when I was talking to their team, I know they're spending so much time trying to, you know, launch it, because they have the product out a long time ago. But then for sure there's a lot of testing, and as you might know, I think during IROS, right, IROS this year in Hangzhou, you know, they publicly announced the very famous Michael Jackson dance performed on this little K1. And yeah, let's just open it. It's like having a new baby and trying to dressed it up. Yeah, you can hear the motors. And this is the second part, the leg. And you know, right now, by the way, guys, happy holiday. I know many of you are just chilling for Christmas and just happy, you know, Merry Christmas and just Happy New Year. I know 2025 must be a hard year for many people, right? For many reasons. Yeah, I know 2025 must be a hard year. Yeah, I know 2025 must be a hard year for many of us. But yeah, but still, let's just enjoy some holiday time, stay with family, and be hopeful for the upcoming year of 2026. I think now I understand maybe the reason why they have the chair is that when we do this testing, we can have this little chair just for us to sit. It's not just for camping, it's for now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right, let's try to open it. They're smart with this chair. It's very much needed. Yeah, here we go. The first half is now opened. And then we will start with the second half. And yeah, talking about the company, you know, they are super fast when it comes to their product iteration. And I'm super proud of them. They're also good friends of mine. And it's pretty cool to see how, you know, they say in America, right, you know, software, they were iterating at the speed of a week. And in China, they're doing the same thing, but for hardware. The hardware is developing at the iteration speed of a week. And when you're, you know, in the hubs of China, like Guangdong, like Shenzhen, or Guangzhou, or Shanghai, you know, you can get the parts within the same day or maybe the next day because your supplier is just 100 miles away. So, you know, for you, you know, it's pretty easy to do that. And I'm pretty sure for any hardware company to win the game of humanoid, you need that speed, right? You know, and the speed is it's not just on hardware, because the hardware and software of robotics are super highly coupled. So you have to have both the iteration speed for both the hardware and the software, and then make sure you do testing well, make sure, you know, every algorithm, you know, they can be correctly mirrored to the reality, and that's what we call the sim to real. Let's reduce the sim to real gap by having fast iteration speed on both sides. Yeah, now we just undress the main body. Yeah, you see the Booster logo. Let's move it up. And yeah, and here is the head. Let me also just uncover this. And by the way, you know, I'm also a roboticist. I've been playing the Lego Mindstorm since I was a kid. Won many competition, and now after doing, you know, undergrad and grad school in computer science, I want to devote myself back into robotics, something that I'm deeply passionate about. And I believe that robots should be a friend, should be a good companion for humans, right? There should be more positive things that we can do with these machines and maybe this new babies. And yeah, I guess this is the first part of the unpackaging. You can already see this beautiful and cute Booster K1. Let me stand up for the first time. And then we will charge them, and then we will follow the instructions to do further actions with this cool thing. And let me just make it rest. And and for sure for this kind of products, you want to be as careful as possible. Otherwise, you might have to buy a new one, which is not the most ideal situation. And then for the other stuff, you see we have the charger, which will charge in a second, the USB to USB-C cable, and then the controller. I guess that's the whole package, and we will keep you posted for the second episode of this Booster K1 robot. Thank you for watching, and this is Jerry. Thanks.